Hello, I am Christian. I'm going to teach you some basic pitches. Basic ones. The ones I actually use are a fastball, changeup, curveball, and a cutter. I think those are the most effective pitches, but you can also learn a knuckleball and a sinker. Sinker would probably be a better version to use than a knuckleball. Knuckleball takes a long time to learn, but I'm going to teach you the pitches right now. First of all, we'll start with the full seam fastball. Let's say you got a baseball right here, so you got the horseshoes, which is actually the seams around the edges. So what you got is you gotta take your two fingers like this if you're right-handed, usually like this. Put your two fingers on the seams like this. Usually, I'm a kind of an overhand, so I can do this, and they won't see. I mean, the difference of this, I don't know what some people do this for, but for me, this gives more control. And when you get off on the about set position, so when you get to about right here, you should be able to throw it. So yeah. For lefties, it's just the same thing. You take your left hand and you're basically the same thing. Yeah. So also, I do a change up. I do actually a drop change. First of all, I do have a little bit of a circle, but it's more of a drop change to me. So you take your hand, it's like you're gonna grab like somebody, and but you just take your fingers and rest them right on the bridge for your I can't remember the name of the finger, sorry man. But you just take your fingers and what I do is I make a circle at the end. So yeah, and basically it's gonna drop down and it's gonna change speed. So if you don't know that, then yeah, you're brand new to the baseball thing. And yeah, but same thing for lefties. It's just put your finger on the outside and yeah. For curveballs, I recommend that no one under the age, should use them like of under 13. They really mess up your arm. I've almost messed up my arm using a curveball. I was younger, but I've mastered it now, and it's just that good of a pitch. But yeah. So first of all, make sure you got the horseshoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two fingers together like this, and then I take my two fingers like this. Now, yeah, and then you have your thumb like right here. So when you're coming into set position, you should be able to curl your wrist in like that. That's just the curveball action. If you want a 12-6 curve or a sweeping curve is kind of harder a little bit. You're kind of throwing it way harder, and you're throwing like a slider, so it's kind of hard to do. But I would prefer to use just a curveball. Curveball is just like the setup pitch to your fastball or your changeup. Especially my changeup, I set up everything with my changeup, and just like that's how I do, and just a really great pitch. Also, another great pitch is a cutter. What you do is you take your two fingers like a fastball, and so you take them like this, but instead of having them on like a fastball, you're gonna turn the ball a little bit to this side, and you're gonna take them to the like a curveball fingers. You're gonna put them on the side. Some of the greatest pitchers right now. Mariano Rivera has a great curveball. I mean, if you don't know that, you're just missing out. He throws it up inside on the left side to left-hand batters. He just knows how to use it. But yeah, first and just throw it like a fastball. Usually it should cut about when it gets halfway to the plate. Start cutting, but you gotta throw it. It's just a great pitch instead of having a slider that messes up your arm with turning your wrist. That just really hurts. I just don't like the way it's done, especially because you can't control how far it's gonna go. But yeah, like a sinker. I don't use it as much, but I do recommend having a sinker. It kind of sets up the ground and go play. If you're like really good at it, if you have a good defensive field, you should definitely get a sinker in your order. it's very good, but it can also hurt your wrist and your arm a little bit because you're turning your inside like that, inside. But yeah, I would recommend, if you really want to learn it, you should learn it. Great double play ball. Derek Lowe has a great one, really great. I mean, it's just amazing. But how you throw it is you take your two fingers, like a curveball, like a lot of things are about the curveball. So, but you put it inside the two seams. Sorry, I'm just having a weird day. But you just when you get to about the middle point when you're about to let go, you turn your wrist inside. That makes the action go inside, so it curls back out like this. Like I said, great ground double pitch. If you're not got a good defense for that, don't really recommend it. Knuckleball definitely takes a long time to learn. Yeah. Um, I guess I'll show you. But very hard to control. The wind definitely plays a part of it, and it's just how it is. But this is how you throw one. If you want to see, it's got to let go at the right point, and that's how it is. And he's got to really know how to master it, and that's just how it is. It takes about 2 years. I still can't control mine, but I've been working on it for about a year, and it's still a little bit hard. I do know for a fact that two-seam fastballs are kind of like a sinker, but you get more velocity, but they're kind of really hard to control because you got the action on the ball. So I don't know if I should recommend this for you unless you got really good control, especially for any pitch. If you don't got control, you need to go back to basics. So pitching, how you throw a two-seam fastball. I see tons of kids throw like this. That's not right. That's a simpler version, but to have more movement and control, you gotta put so much pressure on the middle and then scoot it out to the outside of the seams. Don't go over the seams. Like you see mine. You can still see the seams. So that's how it is. But just throw a two-seam fastball. Just throw it like a regular fastball, but you got tons of control. It takes about 1 or 2 months to really get the control and how to throw it. But basically, you just got good control. For any pitcher, if you don't have control, you just need to go back to the basics. That's me. So if you want to, that's the actual pitches that I would rather you throw instead of some of those weird, funky gyro balls. I know they're good, but it's crazy. But that's fun telling you guys how to throw pitches and everything. So nice meeting y'all.